Blueberries are often praised as a miracle fruit, a memory berry, even the so-called fountain of youth in a deep blue wrapper. And honestly, that reputation isn't exaggerated. When you eat them the right way, these little berries can support healthy aging, help keep your memory sharper, and offer meaningful protection for your eyes and your heart. But there's a truth almost nobody talks about, especially those of us over 60. The most common way people eat blueberries may be quietly stripping away many of the very benefits they're hoping to gain. I've worked with many people who truly want to do the right thing for their health. They pour blueberries into morning yogurt, blend them into smoothies, or toss them into fruit salad every day, convinced they're making a smart and nourishing choice. And the intention is absolutely good. The problem is what most people never get told. A few small habits can completely change how your body responds to blueberries. Something as simple as washing them at the wrong moment, storing them the wrong way, or combining them with the wrong foods can lead to unwanted blood sugar spikes, uncomfortable digestion, and over time, effects that may even work against the very goal you care about, most staying mentally sharp as the years go by. That's why today, I'm going to guide you through 8 surprisingly common blueberry mistakes many older adults are making. Some of these mistakes seem harmless. A few may even feel like healthy habits. But taken together, they can quietly sabotage your results and, in certain cases, may even nudge your health in the wrong direction. And before we get into those 8 mistakes, let me say this. If you truly care about keeping your mind clear, your legs steady, and your heart strong through the years, consider subscribing to this channel. Not because I'm trying to pressure you, but because I genuinely believe in what we do here. Each week we share small, practical lessons drawn from real physicians and nutrition experts, the kind of guidance that helps you build strength, protect your confidence, and enjoy your golden years with more energy and peace of mind. Now, let's get into it. Let's uncover what's really happening behind the scenes with these miracle berries and make sure that starting today you're eating blueberries in a way that actually supports your body. So they can work for your health, not quietly work against it. 8. Eating blueberries in store-bought yogurt cups. At first glance, it seems like the ideal healthy grab-and-go option. A small blueberry yogurt cup sitting neatly on the supermarket shelf, stamped with words like low fat and made with real fruit. You open the lid, notice that creamy violet swirl, and you genuinely feel like you're making a smart choice to start the day. But the reality is far less impressive. Many of those blueberry yogurts are not nearly as wholesome as they look. In a 2020 review from the Environmental Working Group, EWG researchers pointed out that a large number of blueberry-flavored yogurts contain under 2% real blueberries. What fills the rest of the cup is usually a carefully engineered mix of refined sugar corn, syrup, artificial coloring, and lab-made flavoring created to imitate the taste and appearance of blueberries. And the sugar adds up fast. A typical 5-ounce cup often delivers about 17 to 20 grams of added sugar, which is roughly 4 teaspoons. For older adults, that dose can trigger a quick surge in blood sugar, followed by a steep drop. The result is often the same pattern many seniors recognize, but don't connect to: breakfast fatigue, mental fog, and stronger cravings for sweets later in the day. There's another issue that most people never suspect. A 2019 study from Tufts University found that when high sugar foods are eaten alongside anthocyanins, the powerful antioxidants in blueberries, the body's ability to absorb those brain-supportive compounds can fall by as much as 60%. So, even if some blueberry goodness is present, the sugary environment may block much of the benefit you were trying to get in the first place. Put simply, the breakfast that feels like a superfood routine can actually function more like dessert dressed up in health packaging. For seniors, the stakes are even higher. As we age, insulin resistance becomes more common, sugar is processed more slowly, and the body becomes more likely to store extra calories as visceral fat. The liver and muscles also become less efficient at handling repeated sugar spikes. Over time, that harmless blueberry yogurt cup habit can quietly contribute to belly fat, rising blood pressure, and subtle cognitive decline. The frustrating part is that none of this is inevitable. Much of it is preventable. So, What should you do instead? The solution is straightforward. Skip the flavored cups and choose plain Greek yogurt or unsweetened kefir. Then add your own fresh or frozen blueberries. That way you get the probiotics and protein from the yogurt, plus the fiber and natural antioxidants from real berries without walking into the added sugar trap. It's a small adjustment, but it can make a real difference. Because sometimes what slowly weakens us isn't aging itself. It's the foods we trust to be healthy, but truly aren't. 7. Waiting too long to wash your blueberries. Blueberries often look spotless, plump, smooth, almost polished. That's why so many people tell themselves, I'll just rinse them right before I eat. Some even deliberately avoid washing them early because they worry moisture will make the berries turn soft or spoil faster. But the truth is, delaying that wash can be one of the riskiest habits older adults pick up without realizing it. The reason comes down to what you can't see. In the Environmental Working Group's yearly Dirty Dozen report, blueberries repeatedly show up as one of the fruits with some of the highest pesticide residues. Many of these chemicals are formulated to cling to the skin of the fruit and resist being washed off by ordinary rain, humidity, and handling. So, when blueberries sit in your refrigerator unwashed for days, those residues don't just remain on the surface. Over time, they can slowly move through the berry's thin skin and into the soft flesh underneath. A younger body can usually tolerate and clear small toxin exposures more easily. But after 60, things change. The gut lining tends to become more delicate, the blood-brain barrier can weaken, and the liver and kidneys are often less efficient at filtering out unwanted compounds. When pesticide exposure builds gradually, it may start affecting the nervous system, and that can show up as fatigue, shaky hands, restless sleep, and increasing forgetfulness. The dangerous part is that many people chalk these symptoms up to just getting older, when in reality they may be tied to what's been sitting on the very food you're eating. In fact, a 2021 study from the National Institute on Aging reported that even low levels of organophosphate pesticides in the bloodstream were directly associated with mild cognitive impairment, MCI, in older adults. In other words, it doesn't take a high dose to create long-term problems. Even small residues repeated over time can influence brain health. Thankfully, this is one of the easiest mistakes to fix. Here's what to do. The moment you bring blueberries home, wash them right away. Pour cool water into a large bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and let the berries soak for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then rinse them gently with clean water. Dry them carefully by patting with a paper towel and store them in a breathable glass container lined with absorbent paper. This simple routine can remove more than 90% of surface pesticides, and it can even help the berries stay fresh longer. Sometimes protecting your health isn't about searching for the next trendy superfood. It's about handling the healthy foods you already have in the smartest way possible, especially the ones sitting right now in your fridge. 6. Peeling off the skin. Many older adults have the habit of mashing blueberries or trying to remove the outer layer before eating them. Some do it because they believe it will be gentler on digestion. Others do it simply because chewing can feel harder when teeth are weaker or more sensitive. And for the same reason, a lot of people drift towards softer blueberry options that seem easier to handle, like jams, juices, pastries, or other processed blueberry snacks. They feel convenient, smooth, and effortless to eat. But what most people don't realize is that the part they're avoiding is the very part that carries almost all of the berry's real value. The thin blueberry skin is where the nutrition is concentrated. Research from Tufts University and findings published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry in 2019 reported that more than 80% of anthocyanins, the powerful antioxidants responsible for blueberries' deep blue color, are found in the skin. These compounds help support blood flow to the brain, protect nerve cells, strengthen vision, and calm inflammation throughout the body. So when you peel off the skin, you're not just removing a texture you don't like. You're throwing away much of those anthocyanins, and you're also losing a large portion of the berry's natural fiber. That fiber plays a key role in slowing how quickly the sugar in blueberries is absorbed. Without it, The sugar can hit the bloodstream faster, increasing the chance of blood sugar spikes, which is especially risky for seniors and for anyone living with diabetes. Processed blueberry products create another problem. Foods like jams, baked desserts, and juices often lose between 70 and 90% of their antioxidants due to heat and storage. In other words, what you're consuming may look like blueberries, but it can be a hollow version of what was once one of nature's most nutrient-rich fruits. A 2020 study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate whole blueberries with the skin for 12 weeks saw about twice the improvement in night vision, short-term memory, and focus compared with those who relied on processed blueberry products instead. So, what's the best approach? Keep it simple. Eat the berry, whole skin included. If chewing is a challenge, fold blueberries into Greek yogurt oatmeal or a cold smoothie. The texture becomes softer, but the nutrients stay there. And if you use frozen blueberries, avoid thawing them in hot water or heating them in the microwave because heat can damage protective polyphenols. Instead, let them thaw naturally at room temperature or blend them straight into your meal. Remember this: the blueberry skin is nature's armor, protecting not only the fruit itself, but also your memory, your eyesight, and your circulation. When you throw it away, you're discarding the very part that nature designed to help protect your health as you age. 5 is pairing blueberries with cucumber. Scroll through social media and you'll see it everywhere: detox waters and cleansing salads that combine blueberries with cucumber. It looks bright, crisp, and refreshing, and it's always described as healthy. One ingredient seems loaded with antioxidants, the other is hydrating and full of vitamins, so the pairing feels like a perfect match. But from a nutrition standpoint, this combination can quietly work against you, especially if your goal is anti-aging support or stronger immunity. Here's why. Cucumber contains an enzyme called ascorbate oxidase, sometimes referred to as ascorbinase. This enzyme can actively break down vitamin C and reduce it in nearby foods. Blueberries, meanwhile, are a valuable natural source of vitamin C, a nutrient that plays a major role in immune function, collagen production, iron absorption, and protecting blood vessels. When blueberries and cucumber are eaten together, the cucumber enzyme can destroy a significant portion of the vitamin C from the blueberries during digestion, sharply lowering the benefits you expected to receive. A 2018 study published in Food Chemistry reported that when foods high in ascorbate oxidase are consumed alongside vitamin C-rich fruits, vitamin C absorption can drop by as much as 60% for older adults whose nutrient absorption is often already less efficient. This loss can weaken antioxidant protection and slow cellular repair. So, you may believe you're sipping a nutrient-dense detox drink when in reality it may be little more than lightly flavored water. Over time, too little vitamin C can contribute to dry skin, slower wound healing, and a more vulnerable immune system concerns that tend to matter even more after 60. The good news is, the solution is easy. Avoid combining blueberries and cucumbers in the same meal or drink. Instead, separate them by about 30 to 60 minutes. For example, have blueberries with oatmeal or yogurt in the morning, then save cucumber for a lunch salad or an afternoon snack. With that simple timing shift, your body can absorb the vitamin C benefits from blueberries without interference. Sometimes eating wisely isn't only about what you choose, it's about what you combine and when. And for seniors, that small awareness around timing can make a noticeable difference in daily energy and long-term health. 4. Pairing blueberries with pineapple. On paper, blueberries and pineapple sound like the perfect health match. Blueberries are known for anthocyanins and vitamin C, while pineapple brings bromelain, an enzyme often linked to easier digestion and lower inflammation. That's exactly why so many smoothie bowls, fruit salads, and detox recipes online love to combine them. They're advertised as cleansing, anti-inflammatory, and even rejuvenating, but for many older adults, this pairing can quietly backfire, especially when digestion is more sensitive. Here's why. When you put blueberries and pineapple together, you're essentially stacking acidity on top of acidity. And according to a 2020 gastroenterology research journal, adults over 60 often have reduced stomach acid levels, yet a thinner and more delicate stomach lining. That combination makes them more vulnerable to irritation from strongly acidic foods. When these two fruits are eaten at the same time, the total load of citric acid, malic acid, and ascorbic acid rises sharply. Your stomach then has to work harder to buffer and neutralize that acid. The result can be heartburn, reflux bloating, or a dull stomach discomfort, especially if you drink the combo on an empty stomach or have it later in the day near bedtime. But digestion isn't the only concern. Pineapple's bromelain is a protein-digesting enzyme, and it may interact with blueberry anthocyanins in a way that changes their molecular structure, reducing antioxidant effectiveness. A 2017 report in the Journal of Food Science noted that combining bromelain-rich fruits with polyphenol-rich berries can lower total antioxidant capacity by as much as 35%. So, if you've ever finished a pineapple blueberry cleanse smoothie and felt gassy, bloated, or simply unsettled, this interaction may be part of the reason. The solution is easy. You don't need to avoid either fruit. Just don't stack them together. Eat them separately and leave a gap of about 45 to 60 minutes. Have blueberries with breakfast or as a mid-morning snack, then save pineapple for dessert after lunch. When your body digests them one at a time, you can take in the bromelain from pineapple and the anthocyanins from blueberries without one interfering with the other. And remember this: healthy foods don't automatically create a healthier meal when mixed. In nutrition, balance often matters more than complicated combinations. Sometimes simply changing the timing of your fruit can improve digestion, support deeper sleep, and help you feel clearer-headed day after day. 3. Eating too many at once. More fruit must mean more health. That's the belief many older adults carry with them. So it's common to see someone swap dessert for a large bowl of blueberries every night, or pour an extra heavy handful into a morning smoothie thinking it will deliver a bigger antioxidant payoff. It sounds like a healthy upgrade, but even one of nature's most celebrated superfoods has a point where more stops helping. In fact, eating a large amount of blueberries in a single sitting can start pushing the body in the opposite direction. According to the 20C20 Nutrients Journal, when adults over 60 consume more than about 3.5 ounces of blueberries at one time, roughly 1 cup, post-meal, blood sugar can rise by 35 to 40%. Blueberries may taste only lightly sweet, but they still contain natural fructose, and with age, cells often respond less efficiently to insulin, which means blood sugar can stay elevated longer than it would in younger years. That's when people may notice fatigue, lightheadedness, or even restless sleep later that night. And it isn't only about sugar. A large serving also delivers a heavy load of natural acids and fiber. For anyone with a sensitive digestive system, that can trigger bloating, cramping, or mild diarrhea. Many older people describe the same pattern. Whenever I eat a lot of fruit at night, my stomach feels gassy and unsettled. And in many cases, blueberries turn out to be the overlooked reason. There's also a sleep connection that surprises people. Eating a big portion, especially close to bedtime, can interfere with sleep quality. When blood sugar swings up and down sharply, the body may release more adrenaline. That can keep you more alert, reduce deep sleep, and leave you waking up tired the next morning. A 2019 Harvard Health Publishing report advises that older adults spread fruit intake across the day, rather than eating a large amount all at once. This approach helps stabilize energy and reduces extra strain on the liver and pancreas. So, what should you do? Instead, keep the dose moderate. Rather than finishing a large bowl in one sitting, aim for about half a cup at a time, around 2.5 to 3 ounces, and have that 2 to 3 times per day if you enjoy them regularly. Stir some into oatmeal, add a small portion to Greek yogurt, or eat them as an afternoon snack. It also helps to combine blueberries with protein or healthy fats, such as almonds, cottage cheese, or Greek yogurt. That slows sugar absorption and helps your energy stay steady. Remember, blueberries can act like nature's supplement, but even supplements work best at the right dosage. When eaten in sensible amounts consistently, They can support sharper thinking, better sleep, and a stronger body. But when the portion gets too large, even a good food can simply make your system work harder to manage it. 2. Buying non-organic blueberries. A lot of people choose blueberries the same way they choose any other fruit they look for, the biggest, shiniest, most perfectly round berries, and they go for the best price. It feels practical, but very few shoppers stop to think about how those berries were grown or what had to happen for them to look that flawless. With a fruit as small and thin-skinned as a blueberry, the source matters more than most people realize. If you pick the wrong kind, you may be swallowing a long list of invisible chemicals with every handful. In the 2023 Environmental Working Group EWG report, conventionally grown blueberries were listed among the top 10 fruits with the highest pesticide residues, with more than 50 different chemicals detected on and even inside the fruit. What makes this especially troubling is that many of the chemicals found belong to the organophosphate group compounds that have been shown to disrupt the nervous system and impair memory when they build up over time. For older adults, the danger rises significantly. As we age, the blood-brain barrier, the protective line that helps keep toxins out of brain tissue, becomes less robust. That weakening can make it easier for harmful substances to reach the brain. At the same time, the liver and kidneys tend to slow down with age, which reduces how efficiently the body can detox and clear what it doesn't need. A National Institute on Environmental Health Sciences (HDS) study reported that people who often ate non-organic produce had pesticide levels in their blood that were 2.5 times higher, and they were 35% more likely to experience mild cognitive decline compared with those who more consistently chose organic foods. Many people assume the solution is simply washing the berries well, but that's a common misunderstanding. A large number of agricultural chemicals don't just sit on the surface. They can move into the flesh of the fruit during growth long before the berries ever reach your kitchen. And rinsing typically removes only about 20 to 30% of surface residues. So even if you soak scrub or use baking soda, toxins can remain inside the berry where water can't reach. That's why, whenever you can, it's wiser to choose certified organic blueberries. They're grown without synthetic pesticides, chemical fertilizers, or toxic preservatives, which helps your body receive the full benefit of the berry's natural anthocyanins and vitamins without the added chemical burden. If organic blueberries are too expensive, there are still better options. You can buy from local farms where you can ask directly about their growing practices, or even consider planting a few blueberry bushes yourself. Blueberries do well in mild climates and are often easier to grow than people expect. Think of it as a long-term investment in your brain and your future health. Sometimes the line between a truly healthy food and a sweet-tasting toxin isn't the flavor at all. It's the wisdom behind the choice you make. 1. Storing blueberries the wrong way. You can buy the freshest, most beautiful blueberries, even certified organic ones. But if you store them incorrectly, their nutrients can disappear far faster than you expect. Worse still, they can quietly become a hidden risk to your digestive health. Many people bring blueberries home, rinse them right away, seal them tightly in a plastic bag, and push them to the back of the refrigerator, believing this is the best way to keep them fresh. In reality, this habit does the opposite. It speeds up nutrient loss and creates the perfect conditions for mold to grow. A 2020 study from the University of Georgia found that when blueberries are stored improperly, their vitamin C and antioxidant levels can drop by as much as 40% within just 48 hours. Even more alarming, when berries are kept in a closed, humid, and poorly ventilated environment, mold spores can begin forming within 2 days, often long before you see anything unusual on the surface. When eaten, these invisible spores can irritate the gut, leading to inflammation, bloating stomach discomfort, or even flare-ups of chronic joint pain problems that are especially common in older adults. One of my patients, a 69-year-old woman, once told me I always thought sealing them tightly meant they were clean and protected. But after a few days they felt soft, smelled strange, and my stomach was upset for nearly a week. Her experience is far from rare. Many people assume they simply have a sensitive stomach, when the real culprit is mycotoxins, toxic compounds produced by mold as a result of improper storage. So, what's the right way to store blueberries? There are a few simple but essential rules. First, do not wash them before storing. Moisture is the #1 trigger for mold growth. Next, remove any bruised, cracked, or soft berries as soon as you notice them. One damaged berry can quickly spoil the rest. Store blueberries in a shallow glass container lined with paper towels to absorb excess moisture, and avoid sealing the container airtight so air can circulate. Keep them in the refrigerator's crisper drawer, not in the freezer, unless you are storing them for the long term. When stored this way, blueberries can stay fresh and nutrient-rich for up to 10 days. Think of blueberries like a natural supplement. If they are handled carelessly, even the healthiest food can turn harmful. Sometimes better health later in life doesn't come from eating more foods, but from caring properly for the foods you already have. Blueberries truly earn their reputation as a miracle fruit for memory and vitality. But as you've seen, small daily habits, how you wash them, how you store them, and what you eat them with, decide whether they support your body or quietly undermine it. After 60, the body is less forgiving of small mistakes. Every choice, every routine leaves its mark slowly but surely. Blueberries really can be one of nature's most powerful gifts for healthy aging. But as you've just seen, their benefits don't come automatically. They depend on small, everyday choices: how you wash them, how you store them, how much you eat, and what you combine them with. After 60, the body no longer brushes off small mistakes the way it once did. What feels minor today can quietly shape your energy, digestion, memory, and sleep over time. The good news is that protecting your health doesn't require complicated diets or expensive supplements. It often comes down to understanding the foods you already trust and using them in ways that truly support your body instead of unknowingly working against it. If this kind of clear, practical guidance matters to you, consider subscribing to the channel, not out of habit, but as a commitment to yourself. Each week we share insights grounded in real medical research and nutrition science designed especially to help you stay sharp, steady, and confident as the years go by. Because growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. With the right knowledge and the right habits, it can mean growing wiser, healthier, and stronger, one small choice at a time.